is in the draft. Dominic Doyle with the fastest lap of the race. Dramatic race so far. Sean Dylan Kelly with a huge mistake. Oh, man.
Oh, that's not what you want to see.
To the checkers, Caleb DeCarroll. And he's a new winner here in MotoAmerica in the Stock 1000.
Cameron Beaubier to take the first win of the 2020 season. To the line it goes.
By the slimmest of margins, takes the win.
Welcome to the season finale of Inside MotoAmerica. I'm your host, Hannah Lopa. We're here to take a look back on the 2020 season and to look ahead at what's in store for 2021. Every season has its ups and downs, but this season had extra challenges during a global pandemic. Nonetheless, we carried on for a 9-round season. Let's hear from some of our riders on their favorite moments.
I think the top moment for any rider in the 2020 season would be Bobby Fong's first win of the weekend at Indy. He was in second place at Road America, and Cameron went down in front of him. And Cameron's been so dominant all season long, so to win the race at Indy with Cameron in the race, I think that was a pretty special moment. Obviously, any rider, you know, they'll take wins where they can get them, but they wanna win, you know, straight up with everyone in the race.
I think last round probably for Ducati to come and get a win in Superbike with a European rider brings a lot of influence and a lot of eyes to our series, you know, from outside. So I think that's a pretty big turning point. I think honestly, Garrett doing so well in World Superbike, even though it's not in MotoAmerica, it's probably done the most for MotoAmerica this year. So I think that him, even though he's not here anymore, I think that him doing as well, and Joe as well, I think those two guys has a bigger impact on our series globally.
I think it's Cam actually announcing that he's going on to challenge the world, and we can't wait to see it.
It's hard to go against Cam for anything, right? He's dominated this whole year. I think he's won almost every race. So fans get bored of seeing him win all the time, but you got to kind of respect the fact, you know, what he's doing. You know, he's kind of doing what Gladden did back in the day, and it takes a lot of focus and a lot of skill. So I think for sure Beaubier.
Beaubier, well, it's kind of expected. You knew that he would do pretty well. Great rider, great team. Probably the surprising one is Peterson. You know, I didn't see that coming at all. So yeah, probably Peterson's a standout for the year.
There's been a lot of good moments for everybody, to be honest. Like Cam Peterson winning the Stock 1000 championship, my new teammate Richie winning a championship. Like everybody's been having pretty good moments, and then also a lot of us have also been having pretty bad moments. So I don't know, to pick one would be pretty hard.
Cameron Beaubier going five-time champion. I mean, that's 5 is a huge number. I mean, it's like a whole hand. So a lot of championships.
The first off-season weekend fell on Halloween this year, where Cameron Beaubier didn't disappoint in his grease costume with his girlfriend Shelby. Ashton Yates nailed the young Hugh Hefner look with his girlfriend Zoe. 2020 Supersport runner-up Sean Dylan Kelly took some time to relax in Hawaii with his girlfriend Gabby. Jake Gagne got back to the dirt with a new bike and relaxed the way he knows best. Bradley Ward is still on the mend from his crash in New Jersey. He put together a new sticker pack, postcards, and racing t-shirts, all for purchase to help cover his medical expenses. Check out all of MotoAmerica's social media accounts and keep up to date with everything that's happening in the off-season. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. When we come back, we take a look at the top 10 moments of the 2020 MotoAmerica season.
Stay tuned for more. Can't do it.
Stay tuned for more on Inside MotoAmerica.
Stay tuned for more on Inside MotoAmerica.
That was it. You can do it. Ready? Stay tuned for more on Inside MotoAmerica.
Stay tuned for more on Inside MotoAmerica.
Money.
Nailed it. Welcome back to the season finale of Inside MotoAmerica. 2020, we saw Rocco Landers become the first rider to win a championship in 2 classes since Ben Spies did it in 2007. Cameron Beaubier defended his 2019 title by winning his 5th championship in the Superbike class. We asked our MotoAmerica riders, fans, and many others throughout our paddock to help us determine the top 10 moments of 2020. Here they are. Here's a few moments that fell just outside of our top 10. Bobby Fong's success in taking 3rd in the Hono Superbike Championship as the only multiple race winner other than Cameron Beaubier. MotoAmerica brought AMA Superbike racing back to the Pacific Northwest with a race weekend at the Ridge in Shelton, Washington. Dominic Doyle won both Liqui Junior Cup races over Rocco Landers to start the season at Road America. Number 10. Benjamin Gloddy gets hit by Dominic Doyle's flying motorcycle, and after the restart, Gloddy gets on the podium with a 3rd place finish. The race 1 opening lap crash at Pittsburgh affected most of the field and garnered an immediate red flag. It surprisingly only brought down 4 riders who all walked away with only a few bumps and bruises. Number 9. With a global pandemic disrupting live events across the globe, MotoAmerica took the proper precautions and was the first motorcycle racing event to be held in the world when it hosted a race weekend without fans at Road America in Wisconsin. Nearly 30 days later, MotoAmerica returned to Wisconsin for round 2, which this time included fans. Both events served as blueprints for others to move forward safely. Number 8. Cameron Peterson wins the Stock 1000 Championship and takes home a cool $25,000 for also winning the Superbike Cup after an average 2019 season. Racing for the Altus Motorsports team on the Suzuki GSX-R 1000, the South African had it all come together in his 4th year competing in the MotoAmerica Series. Number 7. The inaugural Mini Cup by Motul race was years in the making, and its debut at Road America back in June kicked off a new era of racing in the MotoAmerica paddock. The Mini Cup provides an entry point for riders ages 6 to 13 to develop their racing skills and hopefully transition into the Liqui Junior Cup when they turn 14. Number 6. Ducati success. In round 8, a Ducati finished on top of the podium for the first time in AMA Superbike racing dating back to 2010. Kyle Wyman, in his 2nd year on his Ducati, took 2 podiums early in the season. But it wasn't until Lorenzo Zanetti piloted the Warhorse HSBK Racing Ducati New York Panigale V4R Superbike to victory in race 2 of round 8 that a Ducati finished on top. Number 5. The idea of the Drag Specialties King of the Baggers race was considered silly by many and laughed at by some in the racing world. But when the lights went out and the 13 riders started this first ever event, the racing world was rocked. Pulling in incredible ratings, huge viewership, and social media numbers shows that everyone wants to see more. Keep an eye out for more baggers coming your way in 2021. Number 4. Richie Escalante became the first Mexican rider to win an AMA championship. He did it while having some epic battles with the favorite Sean Dillon Kelly. The points battle tightened at the Ridge when Richie was taken out of race 2 in the first turn, and SDK went on to win that race. Richie ended up winning 13 of the 18 races on the season to capture the championship at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway before the last stop at Laguna Seca. Number 3. Rocco Landers became the first rider to win championships in 2 different classes in the same season since Ben Spies did it back in 2007. In Liqui Junior Cup, he took 2nd in the first 3 races of the season, but never lost again, winning 15 races in a row. In Twins Cup, he started a little slow for his standards as well, but won the last 8 races in a row to finish 67 points ahead of runner-up Caleb DeCarroll. Number 2. Cameron Beaubier dominated the Hono Superbike class by tying Josh Hayes' record of 16 wins in a single season. He moved into 2nd for most championships with his 5th, behind only Matt Mladen with 7. What might be most impressive is he set track records at all but 1 track this season. There might be no American rider as primed as he is to be successful in Europe. We'll find out early next year as he joins the American racing team in Moto2. And the #1 moment of 2020 is actually the year as a whole. Despite operating in a global pandemic, the MotoAmerica Series experienced overwhelming support from you, our fans, that led to unexpected growth. We know how hard this year has been for teams and fans alike, but we made it our mission to safely and efficiently complete a 9-round, 20-race season. And because of fans like you, TV growth soared with television programming now available in over 60 countries and 328 million households worldwide. Ratings are up, attendance at events where fans were allowed are up, and engagement on all social media platforms increased as well. We will continue to be there for you in 2021. When we return, I caught up with Wayne Rainey to check in on the growth and future of the vision he had when MotoAmerica was formed 6 years ago.
Stay tuned in for more MotoAmerica on the inside. Dang it. Yeah. So you're going. Yeah. Okay. Stay tuned for more Inside MotoAmerica.
Welcome back to Inside MotoAmerica and the season finale. I'm here in Rainy Curve at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, named after AMA racing icon Wayne Rainey. He's also the president of MotoAmerica and was instrumental in organizing the series when it kicked off in 2015. I caught up with Wayne to talk about the past, the future, and what inspired him to get back on a motorcycle again after all these years. I'm here with AMA racing legend and president of MotoAmerica, Wayne Rainey. Wayne, thanks so much for joining me today.
Hi, Hannah. Thanks for having me.
So we've finished the 6th season of MotoAmerica. How do you feel about the progress that the series has made over the last 6 years?
Well, it's pretty amazing. After 6 years, when you look at where we started at, I think back in 2015 we had 1 truck. Now we have 4. We had absolutely no TV. Now we have our own TV production facility. We have, I think we had 60 riders. Now we have 160. I think the competition has been just a skyrocket. We have riders now that are able to go race in the World Championships. So I think overall we're a very successful racing series.
Speaking of riders going to ride in other championships outside the U.S., MotoAmerica's kind of main goal is to help develop young riders' talent, help them cultivate their skills, and eventually be able to make it to the world stage. If you could shed some light on our mini cup this season, moving up through junior cup and all the classes, what do you think of all of that?
Well, when we first started, our goal was to just be respectable and get the series competitive. But, as it's gone on, we've added the mini cup. And the mini cup is so important because as, young racers start at an early age. And much like myself, I started racing when I was 9. And as a young lad, you want to be able to ride the bike as much as you can. So they're called ovales, and these type bikes race at your local go-kart tracks. And so a lot of these riders now are working up into the MotoAmerica series, and they can come race in our junior cup, and that starts when they're 14 years old. Then we have, the Twins Cup into the Super Sport class. And a lot of the riders want to end up being in the MotoAmerica Superbike class. So, and on top of that, the very best guys actually get the shot at the World Championship. So, we start down at the very bottom as far as when you start, all the way up to the very top of the spectrum.
Now, Rocco Landers came to us at just 14 years old before the Mini Cup. He's one of 4 Americans currently racing in Europe. We've got Joe Roberts that used to race in our series. Garrett Gerloff left us last season to go to World Superbike, and now there's news of Cameron Beaubier heading over to Moto2. What does it mean to you to be able to provide this platform for them to showcase their talent and eventually graduate on and leave us?
When we first started, there was no Americans in the World Championship. When I was racing and I was able to go from the US Championship into the MotoGP World Championship, there was the Americans dominated. So, but it's been about, 15 years since we've seen some American presence. So seeing these 3 riders have the chance to go over and race in the World Championships, seeing Joe Roberts now, he's competing in Moto2. He's been, I think he's had 3 or 4 pole positions. He's been racing for podiums. I know the win is real soon. Garrett Gerloff, the same thing, his first year in World Superbike, racing against the world's best. In the last 3 races, he's been on the podium. I mean, that just makes me and all the American fans proud. So with Cameron Beaubier, he could be the biggest threat for us.
Looking ahead, how much more do you think that we can grow? How many other classes or different kinds of things do you think we'll see become a permanent staple for our series?
Yeah, you know, this year was going to be something new for us. We were going to do some festivals. Laguna Seca was going to be one of the races that we had that round at. So before COVID hit, all of our camping was sold here, all of our hospitality was sold. You know, our plan is to try to make MotoAmerica a part of something for everybody in the motorcycle industry. So, you know, when you got 500 acres, there's a lot for everybody to do here. We're here for 5 days, so we thought we'd make it a party as well.
Let's switch gears here a little bit and talk about you. You've had a very lengthy career in motorcycle racing. You're very decorated, a champion in your own right. You recently had the opportunity to get back on a motorcycle after all these years. What inspired that?
So not being able to ride for I think it was 26 years at that time. And I was asked over those many years, would you like to come out and ride? And I had absolutely no desire. But then I had a chance to go to Japan, and Eddie Lawson and Kenny Roberts were going to be over there riding. And those 2 guys were putting pressure on me to come over and go riding with them. And so I thought, it was like, I just said no the whole time until 1 month before. I just woke up one day and thought, well, why not? So we got the bike, we had it sent over here to California, and Yamaha US put all the controls on it. And I went and rode it at Buttonwillow, and I thought, when I was leaving the pit, I about tipped over because it had been such a long time. And I was thinking, what am I doing? Why did I think this was an interesting idea? But as I started riding and started getting the feel of it and you know, letting the bike go, it was just like, oh yeah, I had the same type feelings that I had when I used to ride. So when I went to Japan and rode it, I was really prepared for it, and I was really glad that I did it.
Well, thank you so much for being here with me today, and we'll see you next season, Wayne.
Thank you, Hannah. Thanks for everything you've done. You've done a great job for us this year.
Part of the growth of MotoAmerica can be attributed to the specialty classes that look to engage with people of all ages. 2020 was a springboard for the Mini Cup by Motul, the Heritage Cup, and the hottest new series, Drag Specialties King of the Baggers. Here's a look at all 3.
By introducing the Mini Cup this year, I think that it kind of put the bottom rung on the ladder, really. And we've learned a lot from it, but I think that's sort of been a piece that's missing because the development really starts before they're 14.
We traveled a lot in Europe and through the World Championship races, and we saw what happened in the countries in Italy and Spain, and they're starting kids 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, they're getting on and racing.
When we first discussed getting the series together, everything that we talked about was how are we going to put an American kid back on the top step at MotoGP? And if we don't start with the youngsters, it's not going to happen.
With those national level type races, they get to race in front of our Superbike riders. A lot of them are mentored by the Superbike riders, and for the young Mini Cup participants, it's a good experience for them, and it's good to have them, you know, at the big show.
So this is very exciting. This is very important for the kids. It's important for us, the moms and dads that support it. It couldn't be better.
The Heritage Cup is MotoAmerica's brand new series for 2020 and beyond, where we bring vintage bikes from all classes of AMA pro racing history into the grid for the fans and the spectators and the television audience alike to actually see what racing has been like and what brought us to the place where we're at now with these amazing superbikes.
MotoAmerica found, I think, a really nice mix of different levels, different eras, and I see this turning into a bigger thing with that.
We're all racers here. We really wanted a chance to come out to Laguna Seca and bring these superbikes out to the track to put a real race on for glory and prizes. So we had an amazing opportunity to do this.
It means a lot that they're doing this. I think it's a good venture, and I think the more they do it, the more and more people will join and bring their bikes out of the garage. There's a lot of these in the garage in a lot of places, but nobody has anywhere to take them.
It's a hell of a lot more fun than anybody can imagine. You go out there, the bike's got a long wheelbase. She actually handles pretty good. Once you get done dragging everything, you pick the thing up. Matter of fact, you hear that bagger in the background there? That only happens at a bagger race where people just burn off tires until they pop. But that's basically what's going on out there. You get to watch the boys slide around, and you're always kind of nervous. You know, I've been here for 8 years.
You're going to see these machines with swing arm and upgraded suspension, upgraded brakes. The motors are working better. The ergonomic package is really, really something that you could ride really aggressive through things like the corkscrew, which, by the way, for some of the people that were hating on this whole idea back home, we're getting through it. Sweet. I hope you watch it on TV. The boys are drifting it through there. Liquid cooled against air cooled right now, and it's another big drag race up the hill, and Hayden Gillum again holds the advantage, 2 to go.
Little bottom end grunt out of that Indian, and Hayden can't run it wide. He's going to use up all of that track that he can, and he's really good at backing that bike in. It may be big, but he's kind of freewheeling coming into some of those turns. Can he do the slingshot? There it is, going into the corkscrew. Wow. About one lap and a straightaway still to go here, and the Indian is taking over position. Tyler O'Hara down that front straight. Hayden Gillum, does he have anything for him?
All tucked in,
He's
trying to
giving him chicken wing. He is pulling for everything he can.
We are about to witness history as the first checkered flag ever in MotoAmerica history goes to the Indian of Tyler O'Hara, second place. Fanson Hines, Harley Davidson, Hayden Gillum.
We just had a moment going into turn 2. You know, during the race, you know, I think we just found another level and we were pushing a little harder than we have all weekend. It was just a touch too much, and thank God that we just kept it on 2 wheels and was able to get back in the fight and then just kind of take it down a notch and be able to reel Hayden in.
When you're riding out there, you're really alive, you know? It's hard to describe. It didn't work out for us. We didn't get a finish, but we'll be back.
Coming up after the break, we hang out with Supersport rider Jason Aguilar, who's looking ahead to 2021 to improve on his 4th place overall finish in 2020.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for Inside MotoAmerica. Stay tuned for more Inside MotoAmerica. Stay tuned for more Inside MotoAmerica.
Welcome back to Inside MotoAmerica. This off-season, make sure you visit MotoAmerica.com to bring home some new gear for the holidays. Show your fandom in the off-season with t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Fill up your cart and purchase right from the site. Supersport rider Jason Aguilar came into the 2020 season looking to improve on his 8th place overall finish in 2019. He did just that, finishing 4th place in the championship. The Californian is looking forward to 2021 and putting in the work to finish on top next season.
Hey guys, I'm Jason Aguilar. We're here at beautiful Laguna Seca. I'm just kind of riding my bike up this hill right now. Mountain biking, you know, is a big part of all my training. And during a normal week, aside from my normal day job, I don't really get too much time to do a whole lot. So I work at FTECU. We do motorcycle electronic systems, ECU flashing, wiring harness manufacturing, software designing, that sort of stuff. When I'm not at work and I don't have to work on the bike or work on the race program, I like to be able to train and still do something that's super fun to me. So that's just what I really love about being able to ride my mountain bike and stuff around. And it's cool being here at Laguna because, you know, for me, it's kind of my home track. I mean, 6 hours from my house, so it's not super close, and never really get to ride here much, but it's the closest that I get to a home track, to a home course. So it's just cool to be out here, and there's a bunch of hills. They usually have the Sea Otter Classic here as well, so there's some good mountain biking and stuff you can do here, and I just enjoy being able to do the two things that I love. Yeah, so fourth in the championship standings this year. Not exactly what we wanted. It's been really up and down year. We've had some good highs, pretty bad lows. At the moment, just looking for sponsors, seeing what we're gonna do, what the program's gonna look like. It's probably gonna be different than this year, so it'll take a while to get it all figured out, but we'll get there eventually, and I definitely think we'll be back in the super sport class though, and just build to a better 2021.
Jason's Supersport class had its share of battles all season. The favorite Sean Dillon Kelly and Brandon Posh gave Richie Escalante all he could handle on his path to the championship. The Mexican fought them off to win his first U.S. championship. I had a chance to talk to him about his incredible season. Richie Escalante captured his first ever MotoAmerica Supersport Championship this weekend here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And Richie, how does it feel to secure the championship at such a legendary track like Indy?
Yes, for sure, it's very fun to race here. I watch the Indy 500 before every year, so it's normal when they celebrate when we bring the milk. So it's very fun to win the both races here. So I'm very happy. It's a dream to win here.
What would you say was the key to your success this season? What made you so good?
I think my team owners on the Grace Kawasaki give me the best package to make this possible, and I'm working hard, every day to win this championship and win 13 races. So I think my team is make this possible.
What would you say was the hardest day you had at the racetrack this season?
I think Rich race 2 when crashing the first corner is not my fault, so I lose 25 points, I think, for I feeling to win this race, so I think it's my bad moment.
I remember how disappointed you were that day. On the flip side, what was the best day you had at the track, the best memory from this season?
I think today. Today, Sean pushed a lot every race. During the race, I tried to do my best, and I say I need to win the championship and win the race too. And when past the line, it's an amazing moment. My dad is here. It's very important. My dad is always pushing, start the races together, so I'm very happy to win this championship. And it's not only for my team and my family, I think for my dad it's a very special moment, and me too.
Now, silly season rumors are flying. We've heard some different things about your future with MotoAmerica, but let's hear it from you. Do you have any plans for next season yet?
Yes, for me the best is try to jump to Superbike class. I think it's very good option. I'm working with my team to win me very competitive bike. If it not happens, maybe races to 1000 or maybe defends the title this year in Super Sport. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now it's just enjoy, and let's go for the last round in Laguna.
Well, congratulations on a successful season, Richie Escalante, and you heard it here first. We very well could be seeing Richie Escalante take on the big bikes in the Superbike class next season. Coming up after the break, Rocco Landers reflects on his historic season, becoming only the 8th rider in AMA road racing history to win 2 titles in the same season.
Stay tuned for more MotoAmerica. Stay tuned for more Inside MotoAmerica.
Welcome back to the season finale of Inside MotoAmerica. We're taking a look back on a season that was delayed and shortened, but didn't lack exciting, hard-fought battles and historic performances. At the start of the 2020 season, Rocco Landers was thought to be spending more time in the Red Bull Rookies Cup in Europe than he was in the MotoAmerica paddock. A global pandemic upset those plans, and it gave him the opportunity to make history with winning 2 titles. I caught up with him in Indy, where he wrapped up the Twins Cup Championship. I'm here with the 2020 champion, Rocco Landers. Rocco, not only did you manage to win the Liqui Junior Cup Championship for the 2nd year in a row, but this weekend you wrapped up the Twins Cup Championship right here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. How does it feel to win a championship at such an iconic racetrack?
Feels pretty good. I mean, after Road America won, I didn't think we had it because I knew we'd struggled a lot there, and at that point we thought we were going to just do full Red Bull season and not be able to do any Moto America really. So once COVID really happened, we were just like, oh, we can't go to any Red Bull, or Red Bull's delayed. So, well, I guess we're going to Atlanta. So we went to Atlanta, put in some good points, actually took the lead in the Junior Cup Championship there. So really, at one point, it didn't seem like we were going to win either championships. And like mid-season, things started shaping up, and we weren't sure what kind of Red Bull stuff we were going to do. So we just focused on Moto America and started putting in good weekend after good weekend.
What would you say is the biggest factor in your success this season?
Just the work from me and my team together. We have 2 mechanics. We got Jesse Norton, and then my Uncle Gary does some work with us too, and they've helped us out. Like Jesse's built a super good motor for our 400, and in Twins Cup, my M4 XR Suzuki, it was a slower motor than we had. Then they built it super well for Road America 2. We took the win, and then they've built it even more and more and more. The thing is so good. The thing feels amazing.
Out of every race that you participated in this season, what were some standout moments, or what was the most memorable moment for you?
Probably when I crashed in first practice, or second qualifying at the Ridge on Saturday, I think, and then my dad and my team and Dale Quarterly and Alex Quarterly came over and literally built a bike out from a fresh frame, sent me out, and I was able to win the race. And then in the Twins, probably Road America 2, because we had such a rough first round, and also Road America 2 Junior Cup. But I mean, we took the win because the team worked super well. We made a good tire choice. My chassis mechanic, Christian, and my crew chief, Thomas, we worked really well that weekend. It was an awesome time to win to get our first Twins win, and after all the spectators that come back as well. That was nice.
Now we know that you're participating in the Red Bull Rookies Cup this year with whatever opportunities you have available to you, but what's next for you as far as Moto America goes? Will we see you in our race paddock next season?
Possibly, and maybe on a Super 4 bike, but we're not sure right now. Things are all up in the air right now.
Well, congratulations on winning not 1 but 2 championships this season, and enjoy the off season. Hopefully we'll see you next year, Rocco. Next on Inside MotoAmerica, South African rider Cam Peterson and I talk about his championship season in the Stock 1000 class.
Stay tuned for more on, I was gonna say MotoAmerica Life Plus. Oh yeah, no, you're good. On Inside MotoAmerica? Yeah. Okay. Stay tuned for more on Inside MotoAmerica.
Welcome back to Inside MotoAmerica. Despite coming off a lackluster 2019 season in MotoAmerica, Cam Peterson was still viewed in the paddock as one of the most talented riders. But for some reason, things just weren't clicking for him. That all changed in 2020 when he got a ride on a Team Hammer bike for the Altus Motorsports Tucker Haggerty team. I was able to talk to him about his championship season the day he won the title at Indy. This season, Cameron Peterson made his Stock 1000 MotoAmerica debut, and you wrapped up the championship right here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. How does it feel to win at such an iconic racetrack?
Yeah, it's really cool. You know, someone actually asked me that yesterday, and I didn't really think about it until they asked me the question. And there's so much history here, and it's one of my favorite tracks. You know, I had the opportunity to race here in 2015, and yeah, I love everything about this place. So to wrap up a championship with somewhere that's got so much history, it's pretty cool. You know.
What would you say was the key to your success this season? What was it that just really worked for you to pull this championship off?
You know, I think there was a number of things, but you know, I had some people working with me this year, and they're pretty close family friends, and obviously it's Josh and Melissa Hayes, you know, and even their little boy Hawk. I think having them in my corner, it just made the race weekends really fun. You know, I really enjoyed coming to the track and hanging out with the little guy, and just having Josh help me through all my problems, and knowing that I had Melissa in my corner working on my bike I just had so much confidence in everything that was going on in the program, and I think it kind of showed through in my riding, and yeah, I feel like this is probably the best I've ridden since I've come to America. So this season was much needed for us, and yeah, it was amazing getting to do it with Melissa. Honestly, she's a bad lady, and I'm so happy that I got to do it with her.
Now in racing, the good days are so good, those highs are so good because of the lows. What would you say was your lowest point this season?
I'd have to say Atlanta. You know, I went into Atlanta, I think, with a 21-point lead, and I left 3 points down on Corey. So that was really low. You know, that was a rough weekend. We had a bunch of DNFs, and yeah, it was a long road to get back from there. You know, those problems kind of held us for a few rounds even after Atlanta. But yeah, that one was a tough pill to swallow, because it kind of took me the rest of the season to try get that points up and get the point gap big enough to where I could wrap it up here at Indy.
Well, enough about the bad days. Tell me about the good days. What was your most memorable experience this season?
You know, obviously today was pretty special, but going back in the season, I would say it's going to have to be Alabama. You know, getting to ride around with the Superbikes and getting that top 5 and battling with Tony and Bobby was pretty cool. And that's all I've ever wanted to do, was just show people that I'm capable of doing it. So Alabama was a really special race for us.
Looking ahead to next season, any plans yet?
You know, no plans set in stone, but there's a lot of conversations going on, which is nice. You know, I've never had this in my career, so it's really cool. But you know, obviously my goal is to get on a good Superbike and go give the champ a run for his money. But you know, we'll see what happens. I'm going to just keep doing my work and doing what I do, and you know, hopefully something good comes up.
Well, a champion in your own right, the 2020 Stock 1000 champ, Cameron Peterson. We'll see you next season. We put a mic on each of our champions and followed them one by one around the paddock for our last mic'd up segment of the year.
I still don't think it's like really hit me yet, you know? Oh, we did it, Mom.
We did it. It's been a long road, but we got it.
We did it, Molly. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Let me get a picture with you.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan. Dude, thank you so much. So glad you could be a part of this, dude. At this point in time, I'm not scared to do anything. I don't think it's going to hurt the bike, no matter what, you know? Yeah. And I know I can do mid-39s on 2x4s. Yeah. I was about to go throw up because I knew exactly.
Are you going to have anything left for this race?
You guys are going to be famous. We're on TV. How was warm-up? What's up, bro? What's up? How you doing? How'd it go? Good luck, dude. Get some. Get some. Oh, look, I'm on the big screen. Oh, that thing's sick. You racing it? Really? Are you gonna do better on that than you would on a 400?
You go to the restroom like 10 times, bro. Too much cookies. So very important, the gap in the first lap. Okay. Not waiting for second lap in the first.
Like all these, you know, doubts go through your head and stuff like that, but I think it'll be so much better once we just do it and just get in the motion and just get going. So obviously I'm going to stay in the Yamaha family as long as I can, you know, just be an ambassador for Yamaha. I think this is like the best situation for that too.
Yeah, hopefully everything will fall into place.
Thank you guys, love you guys, and definitely ready for the future.
Any questions? Stay tuned for more in the Inside of America.
I like that better. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Welcome back to Inside MotoAmerica and the season finale of the 2020 season. The week leading up to the last round at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca was buzzing with the news that Cameron Beaubier was signing with the American racing team to take Joe Roberts' spot in Moto2. I caught up with the 5-time MotoAmerica Superbike champion to talk about his decision to take his talents to the world stage. So I know you've got some big news, some big changes coming up for Cameron Beaubier, but before we get to that, let's talk about your time racing in the United States. You're a 5-time champion. What has this journey been like for you throughout the years? How have you grown?
Man, it's been amazing. Like, we've had so many ups and downs. Obviously, I came back to Europe after spending 3 years, I came back to the US after spending 3 years in Europe at such a young age, at 14, 15, 16, riding with KTM over there and stuff like that. And yeah, you know, that last year in 09 was pretty tough. I was over there kind of by myself, just trying to find rides to the airport and stuff like that to get from race to race. And it's a lot of the little things that people don't really understand, you know, just like the travel over there and being away from your family at such a young age and all that stuff. But anyways, came back here, was able to put together a pretty good program. You know, Jesse Kaler and my dad helped me out. My dad bought me an R6, and we went racing. And got a couple podiums in Super Sport, moved up to Sport Bike, got a couple podiums there, got noticed by Keith McCarty and Tom Halverson and Chuck Graves, and man, that's kind of crazy. Like, the rest is history from there. In 2012, I signed with Yamaha, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey. We've won 6 championships together, and I can truly call them, like, you know, my family, you know. Like, I know to be able to win the championship in, like, you know, the dominant fashion we were able to win this year, it felt incredible. To be able to leave here with that chapter closed, and I'm honestly just as bummed out leaving as I am excited to, like, take this next journey in my career. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but yeah, I'm riding for American Racing in Moto2 next year, and I'm super excited. It's obviously, you know, it's the dream. Every racer's dream is to be in the World Championship, to be in MotoGP. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was content here racing for Yamaha because I was so close to them, and I just felt at home, you know? I felt at home away from home. So yeah, I mean, it's a big step, but that's, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to go race the world guys and see what I have for those guys, and just kind of grow as a person and as a rider.
Well, we will definitely be missing you from the MotoAmerica paddock next season, but we'll be watching, and all of the U.S. will be rooting for you. We are so proud of you already.
Thanks. I'm going to miss you guys too, and yeah, on to 21.
Best of luck.
To Cameron Beaubier, good luck in Moto2. It'd be really cool to see the 2 Americans, you and Joe, ripping it up over there. So good luck to you guys from all of us here at MotoAmerica.
To Cameron Beaubier, I say good luck, and can I have your Superbike ride?
Do your best, dude. Get up there. Get some wins, get some podiums, do your best.
Don't let us down. Yeah, good riddance, Cam. You dominated this year, so give someone else a chance.
We're all here. We're all your support. So keep going, turn that throttle, and do what you do. Put pressure on yourself. Always, every day, all day, just be thinking about racing and eating the right things and training and not going to sightsee. Just focus on racing only, and because everybody there is 20 times hungrier than anybody we've met here.
2020 was a strange year for all of us. Despite the challenges and obstacles, we kept pushing forward to bring the riders' stories and personalities to the screen. We hope you got to know them a bit better, and we were able to put a smile on your face many times throughout the season. For all of us here at Inside MotoAmerica, I'm Hannah Lopa. Thanks for watching. See you in 2021.